Okay, so I'm going to be going over a workshop on the probability guide because I know that a lot of you guys have questions. One thing to note is on your guys' probability guide, I know that I told you guys to take out the question where it says calculate the probability of your player making exactly 0 free throws, but you're going to want to add that back in. Okay, so we're going to want to calculate that one out. So make sure you're paying attention to this so that way you aren't lost, and that way when I return, you guys know what's going on. So here we go. You guys, number one, had to fill out what your player was or who you were going against. So I'm gonna make up a player. So we're gonna just call my player X. Your player's career 3-point percent, that's what you guys had to look up. So I'm gonna say that my player's 3-point career percentage was 38. And in decimal form, well, you'd have to divide by 100 or just move the decimal over 2 places to the left. So in decimal form, that would be 0.38 for my situation. Yours is going to be different depending on what player you chose and what their 3-point career percentage is. Then I'm going to look up their career free throw, and I'm just going to make a number up here. So I'm going to say that this guy shoots an 83% from the free throw line. Or in decimal form, once again, you'd have to divide by 100 or move the decimal over 2 places, so it's going to be 0.83. Now, so you guys should already have that filled out, or if you haven't, you should figure out which player you're going to choose and fill those 2 things out. Okay, now next, I'm going to go through how you would solve the first problem in which your player is going to make 0 free throws. So that means he's not going to make any, which means that your team would win. So in order to be able to figure that out, what you're going to do is you're going to take the percent at which your player would miss a free throw, and you're going to raise that to the 3rd power. So I know that my player makes 83% of his free throws. Okay, so in order to be able to figure out the percent that he's going to miss, I'm going to do 100 minus 83. So then, once I do 100 minus 83, so I'll punch that onto my calculator, or you can do it in your head. So 100 minus 83, and then I get 17. So 17% of the time he's going to miss his free throws. So that as a decimal is going to be 0.17. And then the shortcut to that is I'm going to raise it to the 3rd power. So I'm going to go back to my calculator and do 0.17, and then I'm going to say caret, or to the 3rd power, which also is just 0.17 times 0.17 times 0.17. So then that equals 0.0049. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply it by 100 to get the percentage. So times by 100. So then I get 0.49. So 0.49%. So in this situation, my player, the probability that he'll make none of the free throws if he's an 83% free throw shooter is going to be 0.49%. So that's how you do that one. Now, the second problem is one that we've already gone through multiple times, but I'll just go ahead and set you guys up with that one. So what you're going to want to do first is find the all the missing variables in that formula that we have up on the board. So we have n, and n is the number of attempts. So we're taking 3 free throws. So that is then going to be 3. Your x is the number of completions. Well, we want to make exactly 1. So I'm going to put a 1 there. Our p is the percent that I'm going to make my free throw. So in this case, my guy shoots 83%, so I'm going to put down 0.83. And then q is the percent that he'll miss, and we calculated that from above, so that's going to be 17% or 0.17. And then you plug that back into the formula. P of x is equal to n prime over n minus x factorial, and sorry, I meant to say factorial up here, not prime. And this is going to be x prime down here, And then you're going to multiply that by p to the x power times q to the n minus x power. Okay? Now, the other question that you guys might also have trouble on and would be the one where it says that what would be the chances of him making all 3 free throws? Okay, so I'm going to write that down on another piece of paper here. So what's the chances that he would make 3 out of 3 free throws? So once again, my guy makes 78% or 83% of his free throws. So in this case, what you're going to do is we don't need to find out the percent that he misses, because right here we're just concerned about the ones that he's going to make. So he makes 78%. So we're going to take 0.78 and raise it to the third power because he's taking 3 shots. So it's 0.78 to the third power. So we got 0.78 to the third power, or 0.78 times 0.78 times 0.78. And I'm going to get 0.47. And then I'm going to times that by 100 to get the percentage. So 0.47 times 100. So that's going to come out to be about 47.45%. So the chances that he would make 3 out of the 3 free throws is going to be 47.45. Okay, so that is how you do those 2 problems. The rest, in between that, you should all be able to use this formula, and you're going to have to follow this format. Now, your numbers may change. They're not going to be the same as mine, but you're going to want to use that format. And then the last one, I think, is what's the percent that they're going to make a 3-point shot? Well, if they're only taking 1 3-pointer and he makes 38% of his threes, well, what's the chance that he's going to make his 1 shot? Well, it's just going to be that 38% because he makes 38% of his threes. So the rest you should be able to figure out. If you guys have questions, tomorrow I'll answer those questions when I get back. But if you didn't watch this video, I will not help you. Okay? So good luck.